Hello, today I'm going to talk about two specific types of poems. Now, poems can look like anything, but sometimes it's nice to give them a specific form so that they have something to fit in. And that way it's easier to read and also especially easier to write rather than just, hey, this can be anything. Here's a template you can follow that you should fit in. Now, haikus are one of the most well known types of poem templates. They originated in Japan. The first and third line have 5 syllables, and then the middle second line has 7 syllables. It can rhyme, but it usually doesn't. They're often used to give a quick scene from nature. And as an example of a starter, since I'm in Minnesota, we can start with something like Cold Wind from the North. Let's look at a couple example haikus. Whitecaps on the bay, a broken signboard banging in the April wind. So let's see if it fits the syllable pattern. Whitecaps on the bay, 5. A broken signboard banging, 7 in the middle, in the April wind, 5 again. And again, this is just a quick scene. This person, they see whitecaps like big waves in the water, and there's a signboard that's just banging in the wind. So we kind of get this feeling of a place where there's wind and there's waves, and he notices this thing, this signboard. Now, one more example. As the wind does blow, 5. Across the trees, I see the 7. Buds blooming in May. Again, this is just a quick scene from nature, again, looking at the wind, and it follows that pattern. So let's try to create our own. I'll give an example. So, cold wind from the north. Then I want this next line to be 7 syllables. Bringing polar vortex winds. Well, that's 7. To freeze our butts off. Well, 5. And I have a haiku. Should be an instant classic. Now let's look at one more type of poem that follows a specific pattern. This is a limerick. Now, limericks have a pattern in both the rhyme and the syllables. So the first line, second line, and then fifth line rhyme with each other, and they have 8 to 9 syllables. I think they usually sound better with 8, but sometimes they change. Then those two lines, the third and fourth, they rhyme with each other, and they only have 5 syllables normally. And limericks are often used for something humorous, like that last line can be sort of a twist or a surprise. So let's look at an example. There was an old man with a beard who said, "It is just as I feared. 2 owls and a hen, 4 larks and a wren have all built their nests in my beard." Yeah, this follows the pattern of 8 lines, or syllables, I mean. 8, 8, then the 2 in the bottom middle there, 5, 5, and then 8 again. And then we have rhymes, beard, feared, and then he does the thing that poems sometimes do that kind of annoys me. He rhymes beard with beard, like rhyming a word with the same word. Songs do that, poems do that. It bothers me, but it happens, and it is convenient sometimes. And then in the middle, you have hen and wren. Of course, they rhyme. Let's look at just one more quick example, and I won't count out the syllables this time. I'll just read it. There was a young fellow named Hall who died in the spring in the fall. 'Twould have been a bad thing had he died in the spring, but he didn't. He died in the fall. So again, there's a sort of that twist that makes it funny at the end, and that is something that limericks are good at. So if I'm gonna write a limerick or something with a rhyme, I come up with the first line and then think, okay, what are some possible rhymes for it? So, for example, a first line. Let's go with something that ends in school, like a kid who goes to my school. I need one more syllable. There's a kid who goes to my school. 8 syllables. So that could be a first line. There's a kid who goes to my school, and then that can rhyme with pool, fool, stool, cool, tool. And